Your voice, your station.
So, you want to hear school students talk about their travel experiences, learnings, escapades, episodes, knowledge, incidents from all the corners of the globe? Terra Talk, platform from where young voices reach out to the world. Brought to you by Terra Adventures.
Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Terra Talk, where we dive into the adventure of young explorers. This is Adwaita, your host. Today we have two special guests who recently embarked on a journey to Jim Corbett, one of India's most national wildlife sanctuaries. Welcome guys.
Thank you.
So let's jump right in Corbett National Park, which is known for its dense forest and rich wildlife, especially tigers.
Terra Talk, platform from where young voices reach out to the world.
What made you decide to take this trip?
For me, it was the idea of being so close to nature. I've always been fascinated by wildlife and wanted to experience it firsthand. Corbett seemed like the perfect destination.
Same here. Plus, it's such a different experience from our everyday lives. We're constantly surrounded by technology, so getting lost in the wilderness was something I was really looking forward to.
Sounds like a perfect escape. So, tell me, what was it like when you first entered the park? Was there a particular moment that stood out?
Oh, absolutely. The moment we entered the park, it felt like we were in another world. The air was fresher and everything seemed so peaceful. But the highlight for me was our first jeep safari. We were driving along this narrow trail surrounded by trees, and suddenly we spotted a herd of spotted deers. It was surreal.
I remember that. And the silence in the forest was so powerful. You could hear the rustling of leaves and distant calls of birds. It makes you realize how alive everything is around you.
That must have been magical. Did you manage to spot any of the famous Bengal tigers?
We were really hoping to, but unfortunately we didn't spot any tigers. However, that didn't take away from the experience. We saw elephants, deers, and so many beautiful birds. It was like being in nature documentary.
Yeah, and even though we didn't see tigers, there was always this sense of mystery in the air, like someone was watching us from afar.
Wise words. It sounds like your journey to Corbett was more than a vacation. It was a real-life learning experience. Thank you both for sharing your story with us. That's it for today's episode of Terra Talk. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
Like what you're listening? Stay tuned for a new podcast on classroomworld.com.
Terra Talk, the #1 station.